In section 6.4, we talk about dilations and how the scale factor, if the scale factor is smaller than 1, that will shrink your shape on the coordinate plane. And if your scale factor is larger than 1, it will enlarge your your shape on the coordinate plane. Notice for question number 1 here, I have a rectangle, ABCD, and it wants me to use a scale factor of 1/2 to dilate the object. Now, 1/2 is smaller than 1, so it's going to shrink my object. So in order to figure out my, my pre-image coordinates were given to me. -4, 7 is A, 2, 7 is B, 2, 3 is C, and -4, 3 are D. Okay, so I have those out for you right there. In order to do the image coordinates, you take each ordered pair and you multiply each value by 1/2. So A is going to be -4 times 1/2, comma, 7 times 1/2. So the -4 came from my X value. I multiplied it by 1/2. 7 came from my Y value, and I multiplied it by 1/2. Now, you want to simplify that so you have your new ordered pair. -4 times 1/2 is -2. 7 times 1/2 is 3.5. And then you can go ahead and graph this. So you go over to -2 and you go up 1, 2, 3 and 1/2. And that's A. Okay. Now, same thing for B. You're going to take each coordinate or each value, the X value and the Y value, and multiply it by 1/2. So here's my X value. I'm going to multiply it by 1/2. Here's my Y value. I'm multiplying it by 1/2. Okay. If you simplify, 2 times 1/2 is 1. 7 times 1/2 is 3.5. So I'm going to go to my coordinate plane. I'm going to go right 1 and up 1, 2, 3 and 1/2. And that's going to be B. As you notice, you can see that AB in my pre-image is much larger than AB in my image itself. That's because I'm shrinking my shape. Now let's take C, and I'm going to take my X value, multiply it by 1/2. I'm going to take my Y value, multiply it by 1/2, and then I'm going to simplify. 2 times 1/2 is 1. 3 times 1/2 is 1.5. So I'm going to go right 1 and I'm going to go up 1.5, which will give me C. And then D, I'm going to take -4, multiply it by 1/2, take 3, multiply it by 1/2. And I'm going to get -4 times 1/2 is -2. 3 times 1/2 is 1.5. And I'm going to go right 2 up 1.5. Connect your dots. Excuse me. Connect your dots. Connect the dots, and you should notice that your shape is, label your point D. All these have primes because these are my image coordinates, and my shape is half the size as my original shape.